Hey guys, Overkill here again for another video. This time it is the Storm Collectibles Gears 5 Marcus Fenix. Gears of War is one of my all-time favorite games. Me and my wife have played through every one of them on co-op. Huge Xbox fans. So I was just really excited for a company like this to do something with these figures. Hopefully we'll get more along the lines. I didn't pick up Coltrane. So far I've only got Marcus, the standard edition, not the GameStop exclusive. But I know there'll be more down the line. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the box, guys. First up, we see the Gears 5 Marcus Fenix with Old Man Marcus. Look. And this shows some of the stuff inside the package. On the top, we do have Gears 5. On the bottom, it's got all the stuff. It does have the Gears symbol. On the side, we do see Marcus Fenix. Opposite side is a picture of Marcus himself. And on the back is some stuff talking about what comes with the figure. The different heads, the guns, hands, all the different poses you can do. It tells us here, Marcus Fenix, the legendary soldier who ended the Locust War. Marcus Fenix is a gear like no other. Disillusioned with the new cog, the only thing greater than his bravery in battle is his loyalty to family and friends. He is one of two, I'd have to say, in my opinion, reasons that they survived. The other one, he didn't make it in the long run, but was Dom, his wingman in the series. But Marcus was very, very important to winning this war. Well, the ongoing war, I should say, because it's still going on, as you know, with Gears 5 releasing, and he is in that game as well. Now, let's take this thing out of the box and check it out. Here he is out of his box inside his clamshell. He's got a really awesome backdrop to go with him. And we see Marcus. We see some of the interchangeable heads. We do have the Lancer, the Gnasher, the Snub Pistol, another Lancer, a knife, and the interchangeable hands here. Pretty awesome. Let's get this guy out of this thing and check him out. Here is Marcus. And the first thing I notice, and you'll notice if you collected the NECA figures, is a whole lot more points of articulation. The bulkiness and the weight is similar to the NECA figures, which I preferred the NECA over the McFarlane. But these, I don't know. I don't have my NECA out. I'm sorry. I won't be able to show you a comparison. But you can see he's still a pretty big figure. I mean, that's a really good size. So we'll start looking at the articulation. First up with the head, we do have full turn, which we knew we would if he's got alternate heads. You can look down about that far. And up, about like that. And then onto the arms. The shoulder pads, I like this feature. They're real pliable plastic, bendable. They allow the arm to go up. About that far. Straight down. And without breaking it, it'll go back about that far. Forward, about the same. And then we do have the upper bicep cut here, and it's got full rotation. Down to the elbows, it is a double jointed elbow, but it doesn't bend all the way. I guess maybe because of this elbow pad. It bends up about that far, pretty much all the way. And it straightens out pretty good. And then at the wrist, we do not have a cut, but we do have this little wrist brace that turns around on them. And then the hands, you do have full rotation, where they're on the peg for the alternate hands. And it's got a little bit of movement to them, but not a whole lot. Same thing on the other arm. On the chest, we do have an ab crunch. The ab crunch, it by itself, back about that far. Forward about like that. It's got good rotation on it. And the waist turns. So if you use the waist pivot with the ab crunch, I mean, he bends down pretty good. And back, but then he starts exposing the inside peg here. The belt, the pouches don't move or anything on it, but they're still pretty cool looking. Onto the legs. This is where the limited articulation will be on this guy, which it's a bulkier figure, is what you'd expect. You know, he doesn't go up real high, about like that. Straight down. Back about that far. Forward about like that, and you can see as I'm doing it, this has got that pliable like plastic here as well to allow you to move it around. Down, the next point is at the knees. It is double jointed, but with these knee pads, you'd have to move it down to take advantage of moving it up too far. You can put it back in place. It straightens out. And then it does have the calf cut. And then the ankle itself has some movement to it. It'll go down about that far. Up like that. And then you got the toes. And it's a little side to side. Nothing major. You can see here. Enough to where you can stand them up straight. And it's the same on the other leg. Really cool. Next, let's take a look at the alternate heads. We do see this one did have the old man Marcus with a bandana on. Just pop it off, like so. And we have old man Marcus without his bandana. Really cool, really detailed. You see the scar on his face as well on this one. Next, we have young Marcus. Really cool look. Looks a lot like Marcus from the original games. I still think, I guess probably because I've been playing 4 and 5 a lot, I prefer the old man look. But still, it's really cool to have these accessibility to change up the character how you want. Really awesome. Loving that. I think next, we will look at the hands. We'll pop the fist off. And we have a hand to help hold the gun. Next up, trigger finger. Definitely a necessity. Or you can point, giving out commands. This one I think works with the guns as well, maybe for the Gnasher or something. See the thumb's a little bit farther down than this one. Onto this side, we have essentially the same hands. We got the fist. We've got the gripping hand. We have the pointing hand for this side. And lastly, the trigger hand on this side. So they're all the same hands on each side, but we figured we'd take a look at them anyway. Next up, we'll set Marcus to the back, and we will check out his weapons. We have his bayonet. Really cool looking knife. The snub. Looks just like it does in the games. That's awesome. We have the Gnasher. Classic weapon. Awesome. This is, if you're going to play any Gears multiplayer, you might as well get good with this, or you're going to have a long, hard road. The iconic gun for Gears, and it is the Lancer. Really awesome. And we have a second Lancer, which is a different model. This is, you know, we got the new and old Lancers here. Still both really killer looking. They don't have any clips like the old ones did to put it on their back and stuff. That would have been cool if they did. Nonetheless, pretty killer. And there he is, posed with his trademark Lancer. Really awesome looking. One of the poses I'll more than likely go with the figure. Just really wish it had a way to put the Gnasher on to show that second weapon. I don't know why they left that option out. Just a simple peg or something. I mean, something so simple would have been great. Oh, look here. Now, I will apologize. The snub does go there. It's magnetic. That is freaking awesome. Sadly, the Gnasher or nothing doesn't have that same magnetic effect, but that is awesome. That is an awesome feature that helps out a lot with my opinion on this figure. At least you can have an extra weapon there. Really cool. I would love for that magnetic feature to have been on the back too. That would have been super awesome. Yeah, so there he is with his classic snub and Lancer. Here he is with his Gnasher, a must-have when you're fighting any kind of small enemies, especially nowadays juvies and stuff, because they will overwhelm you in an instant. Very good to have, and like I said, if you're going to play multiplayer, get good with this weapon. But that is OG Marcus with the Gnasher and the snub on his side. And lastly, we do have Old Man Marcus once again with Dom's knife and the custom Lancer, which is a really cool look for him, which is more than likely what I'll go with. Very killer figure. I really like it. I'm overall impressed for being a Gears fan. I do want to tell you really quick before I end this video, the cons that I have for this. Like I said earlier, there's no way of putting an Asher or the Lancer on the back. I don't understand why they couldn't have just added that extra feature in. With the head, I was having a lot of issues. You could see the peg shoved down in there. It popped completely out when I was trying to take the head off. It'll be a little clip at the end of the video I'll show you. So it's really, I'm going to have to work on that. And every time I try to change the hands out, the whole peg comes with it. Instead of staying in place, let me just change the hand. So it makes it more frustrating than need be, because the hand, the peg, and this wrist guard all just pop off at one time. And it was starting to do it on the other hand as well the longer I did this. So the pegs are a nightmare compared to some of my other figures I have. I've had a lot better. I don't know. They need to, you know, Storm Collectibles have been doing this a while. It's still a really dope looking figure. And I'm looking forward to getting at least some of my favorite characters. Hopefully this will be some issues they'll fix in the long run. But yeah, this is the Storm Collectibles Gears 5 Marcus Fenix. And I did, as always, purchase this from Ageless Geeks. Hashtag we are Ageless Geeks. And if you'd like to have this figure or any import or any other type of figure that you can see on their website, hit up agelessgeeks.com, put in the promo code OVERKILL, and that will give you 5% off your purchase. So good luck finding you a good fig. Until next time, I bid you all farewell. Whole peg and all come out. Wow.